We're going to cube a plus b. Notice we have two terms, 1, 2, an a positive a, and a positive b. That means we're going to be able to use binomial expansions because bi means 2. So what we could have here is a and b's, and all we have to work out are what the coefficients will be and what the powers will be. Looking back to your work on Pascal's triangle that you've already done, because we're looking at a power of 3, we're going to have to use row 3 of Pascal's triangle. Don't forget the top one is row 0, so here's row 1, row 2, row 3. So we're using a's and b's, and we're going to have 4 terms, and the terms are going to begin with 1, 3, 3, 1, just as Pascal's triangle gives us the coefficients. Later we're going to use the N choose R button. Now let's go back. Our two terms are a and b, so I'm going to insert the a and the b here in each of the 4 terms, because we're going to use powers of these numbers. And because both parts of the binomial that we're using are positive, we can be quite assured that everything is positive that we'll be adding together. Final step. What we need to do is the power of a starts at 3, which is the same number as here, and descends by 1 each time. So in the next term it's 2, the next term it's 1, and the next term it's 0. Now b goes exactly the opposite. It starts at 0 and it rises 1 every single time. And then it's just a case of working out what all that means. We never have to write down 1 when we're multiplying by 1, so all we're left here is a cubed times by b to the power nothing. Anything to the power nothing is 1, so I could put times 1, but I don't need it. Next one, 3 lots of a squared. B to the power 1 is also just b, so we've got a second term. Our third term, 3, a to the power 1 is just a, and b squared. Third term, we don't need the 1 here because we're just multiplying by 1. 1 times a to the nothing is also 1, so 1 times 1 is 1, and we're just then timesing by b cubed. So by using the binomial expansion, wobble of the camera, we should have a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. That's at a very basic level. So here's one for you to try, a plus b all to the power of 4. To give you a bit of help before doing it, here's Pascal's triangle. Row 0 at the top, row 1, row 2, row 3, and row 4. So your hint is, coefficients are 1, 4, 4, 1. Let's see if you can use that with the ascending powers of b and the descending powers of a to be able to work this one out all on your own. Okay, off we go then. We know that we're going to have some coefficients, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. So I'm going to put the a's and b's in first. I'm leaving room for the coefficients. A, b, these are my two terms. Everything's positive here, so I'm not worrying about the signs yet, they're all going to be positive. A, b, whoops, if I could only put them in separate brackets it would help. AB plus AB. I put them in separate brackets because later on it will help us when we're multiplying things out. And I haven't left enough room, so I'll just go on to the next row. Nothing wrong with that. On these whiteboards anyway. So I've got my 5 terms. I knew there were 5 terms because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coefficients. So I'm going to put my coefficients in. 1, 4, 6, 4, and 1. And now that all I've got to do is put the powers in. Well, A is starting at this 4 here and descending. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Whereas B is going the opposite way. It's starting at 0. If you notice, 4 add 0 is the 4 here. So 4, we've got 0, we've got 1, 3 add 1 is 4. Next one is 2, 2 add 2 is 4. The next one is 3, 1 add 3 is 4. And the next one is 4. 0 add 4 is still this number 4 here. So I'm now just going to write it out a bit neater. 1 times a to the 4 is a to the 4, times by b to the nothing is 1, so I don't need that now because that's multiplied by 1, plus 4a cubed, b to the power 1 is just b, plus 6a squared b squared, plus 4a to the power 1 is a, b cubed, plus 1 times 1 times b to the 4 is b to the 4. Did you get an answer of a to the power 4 plus 4a cubed b plus 6a squared b squared plus 4ab cubed plus b to the power 4? If you got that right, then you've got a good basic idea about what techniques we're using.